thanks for coming in.
That's all right.
Sorry about the holiday.
Oh, that's all right. Don't worry about it.
So originally, I said to Angus about coming in. He had a holiday booked, and unfortunately, it is no longer happening. Do you want to just quickly say a little bit about that, as annoying as it must be?
So the day before we were supposed to go, my dog didn't have her injections, and because we was taking her to a kennel, well, my mum was taking her to a kennel, they didn't let her in, so there was nowhere for her to go, so we couldn't go. But luckily, it's been booked for a later date, so it hasn't been cancelled, but it's been booked for a later date. So
at least you hadn't lost out on the flipping, because I was thinking then you lose out on the money for it and everything.
Yeah.
Especially after the stories you're telling about the dog.
Yeah.
That living dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, we might get into the dog bit later. How did we first meet?
We first met when you come in a college and then a workshop with my course, my course of people, another course of people doing a workshop about like trusting your mates, and the other man done a circuit. And obviously
it's all stuff around well-being, wasn't it? There was like, sports activities and stuff.
Sports activities like circuit and everything. The circuit was alright, I enjoyed it.
Well, it's interesting. So you're doing a construction course, aren't you?
Over
South Bristol Skills College. I could tell that most people, I think I was just chatting a minute ago to Riley, who was on the same course, who you know quite well, I now know.
Good mate.
No, sound. And it was interesting because he, like what he was saying, he was like, you could tell there was a vibe like, I can't be asked for this. What's this? I'm here to do construction. I'm not here to do this rubbish. And some of the people, the young people that actually running the programme, they would have been to school with some of the others on the course. You might have even been. Did you go to school with Brandon or anyone like that? Do you recognise him? No.
No.
So I could tell that they were like, "What? They ain't gonna want to do this."
Yeah.
Which was why it was really interesting when you were like, "Listen, no, this is beep, this is that beep, beep," and then suddenly, bang. Rakane started doing his bit about how physical activity has supported his well-being and growing up. And you suddenly like, yep, I'm into this.
Yeah.
And then you sprung into action. I was like, he's literally just gone and said, after this is after da 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 da, and then boosh, your eyes lit up and you were on it when not many other people were willing to do it.
Yeah.
So fair play for coming in, because at that moment I thought, hang on a minute, you've got an interest. I had a quick chat with you, didn't I? And I was just like, how come you're so up for this? You were, I like boxing. And that was pretty much where that conversation went. But we're going to come back onto that later on. First of all, so the questions we ask like the same questions to everyone. There's no banana skins. As I said to you before, like you answer how you want to answer with any of it. But, so were you brought up in North West?
I was brought up in Knoll and Withywood.
Okay.
Because my mum and my dad split up. My dad lives over in Knoll, my mum lives over in Withywood, so I've been brought up between both areas.
Ah, wow. How have you found that?
It's alright. Sometimes it's rough, obviously around there is rough, around Withywood is rough. Obviously when you're out and about, everyone gets in a bit of trouble, a bit of conflict and that, but apart from that, it's been alright. Did
you come up against any issues by the fact that you were living in both communities?
Not really, no. The only problems I get, because I'm tall for my age, since I've been young, I've always been like bigger.
How tall are you, just out? Because I'm 6'4" and you're plenty taller than me.
I'm 6'5" without shoes on.
Wow, okay. Yeah.
But since I've been young, I've always been like one of the tallest or biggest people in the class. And like all the smaller people thought of me like a challenge or a threat. So since I've been young until now, I've always had to defend myself because of how like tall I am.
I get what you mean. The other thing is as well, if you are out and about, who stands out? If you're out doing, I'm making the assumption if you're out and about and you're getting up to whatever you're getting up to, is it being you that kind of gets caught out quite a lot because of that?
I mean, I don't really go around causing trouble or anything. I mean, if trouble comes to me, then I'll have to deal with it. But I don't go out looking for trouble. I ain't like kind of like that. But not really, which is surprising. I don't really stand out. Like if there's any trouble things, but no, I don't really stand out, which is surprising.
Well, so what kind of things did you say you were brought up in both communities? What was the positive things about those communities, and what was the challenges?
Well, the positives is just where I grew up. It just feels at home, feels comfortable, don't feel at risk at any point. But struggles is, I mean, no one like with you ain't really like a posh area, is it? It's like proper nitty gritty down, like not a lot of money around both ways.
Yeah.
There's people trying to survive any way they can.
And is it been like that at home as well? Like, I mean, to be honest, like normal everyday communities, everyday people, like challenges with that kind of thing as well.
I mean, I've been alright. Like my family, we're lucky.
You were going on holiday to Corfu a minute ago.
Yeah.
Fair play to you. Nice one, mum and dad, or mum or dad, or whoever you're
going Benidorm at the end of the month.
Say again, sorry?
I'm going Benidorm at the end of the month. Another holiday.
He's living a bloody dream.
But yeah, I've been lucky. Because most people don't really have a lot of money, or like drugs and everything plays a big factor in most people's families. But I've been lucky. I haven't really been through any of that.
When you say lucky, is it luck? Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. There is an element of luck, especially when it comes to drugs. Like, you know what the score is: people taking this, that, and the other, and next thing you know, whatever, life changes. Not just for the person, for family and everyone around them, innit?
Yeah.
But what do your parents do then? What kind of...
So my dad works down the health park for rework.
Okay, yeah.
And my mum's a dinner lady.
What's your dad called? I might know his dad.
You do?
Do I?
He told me, he was literally talking about you before I come in.
Oh, this is hilarious. The different people, it's like, I'm starting to realise how long I've been blooming around and about. I mean, are you working?
Phil.
Yes. Ah, okay, cool.
Yeah, he works down the health park.
Okay.
With rework. Yeah. And my mum is a dinner lady in 4 Acres.
Okay.
And an iPod lady as well.
Okay.
So yeah, that's it.
Yeah, wow. Well, mate, 2 holidays a year.
Yeah.
Can't be bad.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Keep that going. What I think is positive, because everyone you talk to at the moment, we were just chatting a minute ago to Riley, but just like, you know what it's like. When you say about, say, Artcliffe Riverwood and Knoll West, whatever, the obvious things get brought up all the time. And you don't feel like you've had any issues by living in both of those communities with people that you would have been brought up with, knowing that you're from those different communities.
Yeah.
Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I think I just go careful with what I hangs around with. I just make sure I hangs around with mostly the right people, because I don't really want to get dragged into that sort of thing. And once you're in there, can't really get out of it. So I just stays away from it as much as possible.
Well, when you say, and again, like, you don't say anything you don't want to say, but when you say once you're in, I know what you're on about, but it's the point of the podcast.
Yeah.
Once you're in,
you
can't get out. Explain that a bit more, because some people might be listening thinking, what's he mean? Like, what do they do? Keep you in a headlock? I mean, obviously it ain't that. But.
Yeah. So, like, obviously, some people don't. Some people get into selling drugs or whatever they do. And once you're in there for a long time, if you're working for somebody, you can't really just turn around and walk away easily anyway.
Yeah.
It's very hard.
What may or may not happen to you.
Yeah.
Or other people. I get the feeling, see, it's interesting, chatting to you now is a different vibe, isn't it? And it's the same for everyone, right? Obviously, you're around your mates, you're at college, you're at a different place. Everyone plays a role in different groups they're in, right? I do it, Dougie does it, everyone does it, like just as life.
Yeah.
And chatting to you now, I can see how calm you are.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Just, I can see how chilled out you are.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I didn't think you would be, but it was a different vibe that I felt when you were at college. And do you think there's something in, and even just the way you're talking about, like, oh, you're careful you're around with, and you know, the ups and downs of situations people can go into. What do you put down that kind of understanding and that kind of carefulness and not getting involved in things to? How do you think you've come up with that way of being? Because I'm making a guess saying what you...
Yeah, because like I used to do boxing and everything, I've always thought I've got something to do. Like, I've always got something to go to. And like, even if I didn't have anything to do, if I'm just at my house not doing anything, I'd rather be down the gym than go out selling or using drugs. I didn't really see the point of it.
How old were you when you started boxing?
11. I used to do Muay Thai. I done Muay Thai before boxing.
Okay, that's like the Thai.
Yeah,
kickboxing.
I started that at 11, but like earlier on in the year, and then I started boxing like at the end of 2016, I think, or 2017. So I've been doing it for quite a long time.
And have you stopped? You haven't stopped now.
Yeah, I have.
You have?
Yeah, I've had a little break. I'm going back to it.
No, never one.
I've had a little break. I come off a loss.
Right, okay.
And that's why I had a
Can
loss.
you explain, before we go on to that then, because I want to ask you a bit about that, but I got it's interesting you said about the boxing. I make the assumption that you got a family around you.
Yeah.
As well.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you haven't
You're
necessarily got that in the home, the other things you were talking about.
Yeah.
A solid family around you, which is huge, isn't it? Let's be honest. You've got your boxing, which supports in lots of ways, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So a little bit more about your boxing then. So if you've been doing it from 11, like what was your week? How did it used to look?
Monday was boxing. Tuesday was my only day off. Wednesday was boxing. Thursday was Muay Thai. Friday was boxing, and Saturday and Sunday I had football. So I used to do football as well.
Okay, yeah.
So I was very busy.
Who did you used to play for?
I played for Mendip Boardwalk.
Yeah.
I played for Ashton.
Oh yeah.
And I had like 2 games with Imperial.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now I'm going to make what position?
Left wing back.
Well, left wing back.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you play anymore?
No.
No.
Not anymore.
So that was your busy week.
Yeah.
What's your week look like now? I'm not saying this for a fact, but I'm getting the feeling that you'd probably be like, oh.
Apart from college.
You stopped it all?
Not, yeah, everything.
Mate.
Everything.
From an older person talking to someone that's on their journey, can I just say something? You might think, oh, shut up and you're chatting, whatever, bollocks. I used to play sports, like loads of different sports, and I'm guessing it's your passion.
Yeah, I did lose a bit of passion, to be honest.
But if it is the thing that did give you passion at some point, you won't always be able to do those things. So maybe do have a break, but do give it a go again, because like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
Burnt myself out.
With what, particularly? With But who decides how much training? So with boxing, like doing it from a young age, is literally everyone going that much?
No.
Because I'm going to say, but how often is so a schemers you were going to, wasn't it?
Yeah, and I went for Kingston Combat Academy for like a year or 2 as well.
So how often do people normally go training up there, or is it because you were kind of progressing quite well?
I was training for a fight. That's why I was training for so often.
Right. Okay.
But usually, if you're not really like fighting, probably 2 or 3 times a week.
So how does that work then? So you get to a certain age. What age do you think? Right, I want to actually fight. So when you say fight, this is like amateur boxing.
Yeah, like competing.
Competing, right?
Yeah.
So you get to a point. You've been going training quite a lot, and they think, "Hello, he's quite handy. You really enjoy it." At what point then do they say, "Okay, so if you want to fight, you've got to do this, that." Is that what happened? And then suddenly,
first thing that happened was obviously Schemer, my coach, good guy, likes him a lot. He told me to go for a medical because obviously you need to be medically fit before you fight. And my first medical, I failed.
What did you fail on?
Like the urine sample.
Okay. What for? Like
I had a bottle of Nucasade before. I wasn't medically fit because I had protein in my urine. They must have thought I had diabetes or something.
Oh,
so I didn't pass. But I went back a couple of months later.
Yeah.
And I breezed for it.
That's mental.
Yeah.
Okay. So you find out that you do your medical, and then what happens?
Get training every day.
Every day.
Every day.
And what age was that?
From my first fight, I just turned 15.
Okay. How many fights have you had then?
I had 2.
2.
Yeah.
How old are you now?
16.
16. Okay.
Yeah.
So you've had 2 fights. So what happened in the first fight?
First fight was a skills bout.
Right.
I went all the way over to Cornwall.
Okay.
And so in skills bouts, it's like a draw.
Right.
But I definitely won that. 100%. But I had a rematch with the same kid.
Right.
The second fight, I just was not motivated at all.
Right.
But I went back down. I went back down from any fight, but I went out for the fight and I lost.
Yeah.
And that was my last fight. Since then, my passion for all of it, not just boxing, for everything, just went out the window.
And what do you put that down to then?
I don't know. It just came about. My passion just left. It just wasn't there.
Well, if you, like, I don't know, like I think you touched on it before. Like if you're constantly training all the time, 16, do you know what I mean? Like there might be other things you're thinking, oh, I might not do that, or do you know what I mean? Like it's a lot, innit? It takes up your life.
Yeah. Literally.
And you've got to be passionate about it to train that much, haven't you?
Yeah, I was very disciplined every day.
What's the benefits of boxing then to you? What did you find the benefits were to you?
Keeping fit, keeping disciplined, and keeping off the street.
Do you? So I mean, again, it's funny, isn't it? Like within this one session that we done at the Skills College, you went off. Before I actually heard what Riley was going on about, you were off. They were talking about doing the music thing.
The rap thing.
You were like rapping. I'm off. That was it. He said to me, "I'm going for a run." I was like, "Really?"
I did.
Did you?
Yeah, I ran halfway to Pill and back.
Yeah,
I wasn't lying about that.
No. When he said that, I'm going for a run, I said, you ain't got to say anything. He's off. I'm like, what? And then later on, you have Riley talking about various different things. That from that, there was some really positive stuff that people opened up about. And it's not for me to go on about now particularly. But one thing he was talking about, I suppose, is stuff about people not talking about the feelings, not opening up about the feelings, and then the negative impact it has on boys, young men, if they don't.
Yeah.
And it just, that really hit home. I just, like I think we all know like the thing about suicide and various other stuff.
Yeah.
Just generally, just like how, like feelings and emotions impact on people if they don't let it out in a positive way.
Yeah.
So I was really impressed to hear him say that. But I was impressed like when you were doing the boxing stuff and chatting about that. It's obviously you do have a passion about it, and you talk about how it's kept you on the straight and narrow, and what it gives you. And I did mention it when we were at that session, and it's something for you to just say, yeah, I'll bang out for doing that now. But the fact that you say that you were living in Riverwood and North West, you are. So as I set up a youth-led boxing club in Arcliffe with young people, and it was going on through COVID, and it ended up, and now it's just finished, but it was up at the new Mini Merchants in Riverwood. Yeah, got all the kit and everything. Young people were leading on it. Eventually, it was for them to run themselves. The issue we had is that they hadn't been through the certain level of training that insurers want, so they could. It's like their organisation, their thing. Yeah. So it's basically stopped because of that, because I think they had to do like level 2 training and stuff like that. Do you feel positive in what boxing can offer? You can tell where this is going. I can see your face. Enough that do you think it would give you something, like personally, and this is just a question, like, it doesn't mean you have to do anything, to give something back and support training other young people?
Yeah and no.
Go on,
yeah, because obviously if they're young and they can get started as young as possible, if they carry on going, they would have a big future. But no, because I'm still young, I'm still disciplined on my own training. If I was older, then yeah, probably, but because I'm still disciplined on my own training and I'm getting myself back up to as sharp as I can be, then I'm not sure.
One Wednesday afternoon. Is it Wednesday? So just so you know, like the thing that they were doing, it was like a Wednesday evening at Mini Merchants, and it was like, I think it was 4:30 till 5:30, 8 to 12-year-olds, and then it was 12 to 16-year-olds or something for another 45 minutes.
Yeah.
and they were paid to deliver it. But, you know, I'm just thinking about the skills that you've got.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, don't get me wrong, it might not be something that you want to do, or it might be that it gets in the way of your own training. But I just think it's the same as I was chatting a minute ago to Wiley. It means more to have people from the same community, just walk the same walk, been through the same stuff, supporting others, because it has a bigger impact. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
When I say that, I won't go on about it anymore because I feel like I'm blagging you now.
No,
I'm not blagging you, but I just think you'd be good.
I just think so. I use it to myself because I know how good I am. I just think if I don't use that, I'm kind of letting myself down.
What is your hope then for the future? What is it?
What, for boxing or just in general?
Well, just in just the whole kind of thing. What bits are in that? Because
well, obviously I'd like to go pro.
Right, is that your dream to go? Okay, yeah.
But I've had a break. Obviously, I'm like a year behind everyone. I'm gonna have to put a lot of work in to get back up where everyone is. But yeah, my goal is to go pro. Hopefully.
Okay. So that and doing the construction course, is that something that obviously you don't know if you're going to go pro?
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, if I don't go pro, I still got that to fall back on.
Yeah, no, good idea.
Yeah. So if I didn't, I still got a construction course I could do.
Yeah. And do you know like, what you want to specialise in? Like,
what, in the construction?
Yeah.
Probably bricklaying.
Yeah.
I enjoy bricklaying, but it hurts my back because I'm tall.
There is that, mate. Yeah. I done a carpentry and joinery apprenticeship when I left school, and I did like skirting, and I didn't like the skirting. And on your knees all the time.
Yeah, it hurts, doesn't it?
It does hurt. And when you get older, I'm bloody glad I got into youth work, because as you get older, it hurts more.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's another story. Well, how do you make it happen then? Okay, so you want to be a professional boxer, and so you're going to still go through schemas?
Yeah.
Yeah? For
now, yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Well, to go pro, obviously you need to be good, very disciplined, and training often. Everyone has breaks. Like, no matter how good you are, everyone has breaks. But just keep disciplined and keep at it, and you'll get where you want to be. What you put in is what you get out.
Yeah, and that's the same in everything in life. And I don't think you need to give yourself a hard time about having a bloody break. Like you said, everyone will go through like dips like that, especially like younger as well. Like people are bound to get like bored of things or like get interested in other stuff a bit more. The list goes on. If you look at flipping all the different boxes that have made it, they all do it, don't they?
Yeah.
Interesting. Is there anyone else then that you trained with that you think is particularly good?
Yeah.
Who?
My best mate.
Who?
Mackenzie. Hand fights for England.
Oh, is this Schemer's family?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, all right, okay.
He is class. He's so good, man.
So why is he so... Is it just a natural ability? Or is it something that...
What, for him?
Yeah.
I think because his family's grew up around boxing, like Schemer got his own boxing club. His uncle was a pro, fought for the British...
man.
Yeah. Fought for the British title. It's like, he's got it in his blood. So, a bit of natural talent, but he's grew up in the gym.
Do you think? I think there's something in that as well, isn't there? Like, yeah, you can have natural ability to stuff, but if you're in an environment which all you've ever seen is that thing, whether that be football, whether it be, I don't know, medicine, I don't know, whatever it is, you're going to you soak it up, aren't you?
Yeah.
So, when you say good, how good?
Well, out of 10.
Out of 10.
What, for him, for his age?
How old is he?
My age.
Right, okay.
Yeah, he's like 58 kg. I'm like 90, so it's a different weight. For his weight and his age, I'd say a good 9.5. He's undefeated. He ain't lost once.
How many fights has he had?
8.
8. Can you put little bets on like who's going to be a world champion at this age?
I don't know. I don't think so.
I'm not condoning gambling because I don't gamble, but I mean that sounds like a toxic.
If I could bet,
I'm going to have a word.
If I could bet, I'd bet all my money on him.
Really?
Yeah.
And do you think then if he's like that, well, I suppose you don't spar against him because he's a completely different weight.
Well, that's how I sparred with him, was years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But do you think that you could get to similar kind of heights? Obviously, you're saying that he's absolutely like...
He's fast. Like, people my weight, more it's harder. Obviously, I can be fast, but because he's like lighter, like really light, he's really fast. Like, some tall, I'm more of like a reach, keep him like at the end of my arms.
I would have thought, well, yeah, that your weight, you're not big, but you're tall as well. So that reach is huge.
Yeah.
That's got to be.
Yeah, it is.
Got to be a flipping good way to keep people away, but a good way to keep jabbing and picking at them. Well, keep at it.
Yeah,
Stop talking about it. Get your ass out. Get your ass out. Then you won't have to be doing the bricks.
I've been running a lot recently. I ran a Chew Valley from Lily Wood. Took ages. I just thought I'm gonna see how far I can get, because I thought I'll just see how far I can get. And I got there. It was hard, but I got there in the end.
How many miles is that?
7.
But that is like...
That's like uphill and downhill and uphill and downhill the whole time. And there ain't no pavement, so I had to run in the road.
What benefits? Is it like physically, obviously, do you feel like it's benefited you in other ways?
What, boxing?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
What?
Just keeping me active, keeping me happy. Because when I ain't really doing anything, then on my bed, I'm bored. Not really a lot to do.
Yeah.
But in the gym, like, you can eat as hard as you want on the bag, not get in trouble for it. So it's good.
It's positive. Did many of your mates get involved in it as well? Because obviously we literally have just had Riley come in. Sounds like you want your mate to start with.
No, he wasn't.
No, because of whatever school, and he went to a different school or whatever, and then he turned up.
Me and my mates to begin with, we did not like each other, but he was arguing, and then one day he showed up at the gym, so I offered him, do you want to get in the ring and fight then? He was alright. So
were you a little bit shocked by that?
No.
No. No.
I had respect for it, don't get me wrong. Anyone to get in the ring, even if I liked him or not, got to give him respect for it, because most people wouldn't have the bottle to do it.
No, definitely.
So he got in the ring, he fought it out, well, sparred, but fought it out. Yeah. And since then, me and him's been mates. So we just got to respect out of each other in the ring.
Do you, and that's why I angle at this whole thing about with other young people and all the rest of it, because there's something in that, isn't there? How many people do you know go around and get involved into things they shouldn't necessarily get involved in?
Majority.
You know what I mean? But if there is a way of trying to like support them, like, all right, physically through training and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in a controlled setting, getting in there to a gym, if they're that way inclined, and say, well, all right, just have your sparring, get a bit of respect about what you both bring to the table, and get out there and stop peeing off people for no reason. Do you know what I mean? Everyone deserves a bit of respect.
Yeah. Could
you see that would have an impact on both the communities, Riverwood and Old West, if that was more widespread? Because I know Schemes is amazing, like little stuff he does.
Also saying if boxing was more like out and about, more people would do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I reckon, because it just keeps you active and keeps you out of trouble, keeps you out of the streets. So it just stops bad stuff happening.
And I mean, a lot of people would get involved in it as well.
Yeah, 100%.
Because sport's huge, isn't it, around here? Like it always has been, but it's always football. But I think like...
That's really the only things you can do around there, isn't it? Just get in some sports.
Yeah. It definitely makes a difference. On to my next question. So, do you feel like, and maybe you might not even want to, but do you feel like you have your voice heard at all, whether it be at college, at home, out in the community? As in, do you feel like if you say the things that matter to you, people listen, or do you not say those things?
I mostly keep it to myself.
Why would you keep it to yourself then?
Just a private person. I just think there's some stuff that I can tell people, and some stuff I just rather keep to myself.
Is it because of you said things in the past and you wish you didn't?
I'm just a kind of private person. Just keeps it between myself, because I won't want to say stuff and it gets out to everyone. So I just rather keep it to myself.
But if there's things that you believe in, and I like, do you feel like there's ways that you could say those things that might, I don't know, for example, might benefit other people? Do you think there is ways or platforms? I say platforms. You know what I mean? Like there's ways that you could actually say the things that you want to do that might benefit you or others.
Yeah.
So others could hear that.
Yeah, I reckon if I told people, my mates or my family, stuff I believed in, which I have, they listens and he respects it. And when he tells me the same thing, I respect what they got to say as well.
I mean, everyone's different, aren't they? And when I say things like, do you get your voice heard? Some people, like, they take it more in the sense that they got something they want to change in the world or whatever. And if they can talk about it and share it in different ways, then other people might hear it and it might make a difference to them. And it's like, and this is part of the reason what this bloody thing's all about, to be totally honest. Yeah. So people can talk about the things that really matter to them.
Yeah.
And some people might not necessarily normally talk about it or want to talk about those things. But a lot of the time, people might say that, you know, they don't feel like there's a platform for them to say the things that matter to them.
Yeah.
Nothing's got to happen from it. But some people might want something to happen from it, so it might snowball from this. So if I said to you, put you right under it now, but I'm not putting you, like I said, you say what you want. If I said to you, what things really matter to you, what would they be and why? So
boxing, family, friends, and mental health.
Okay.
That's one important one for me.
Why did you say mental health? Have you had challenges yourself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
After my boxing, when I stopped everything, my mind was being active to just nothing. So I was kind of just mentally bored.
Yeah.
And because I wasn't doing anything, I wasn't going out, I kind of isolated myself from everyone and everything.
Yeah.
And then I got really bad, just really quick. And then, that happened for a couple of months. And I kind of gradually got back out of it.
What helped you get out of it? Was there certain things that did help?
I took tablets every day.
Yeah.
But then after I stopped taking them, I thought I'll be all right. I kind of stopped getting better. But then I met a girl, went out with her, and then that helps, pretty much.
I mean, look, fair play for saying it, by the way. And I think most people, if not everyone, will be touched by mental health in some way. People just generally have never really spoken about it. Lots more people talk about it now.
Yeah.
So fair play for saying it. Most people will find themselves in that situation at some point. And that's why it matters to hear people actually bloody talking about it. Do you know what I mean? And I don't think, like, people would talk, don't they, about, you don't need to take drugs, or you do this, you do that. There's no one way, is there? It's going to be different for everyone. It might be a bit of, like, a cocktail of physical activity might help as well, like taking drugs to start with. But what you just said then, meeting your missus.
Was.
Okay. We won't go into that anymore.
I don't mind.
No, but it's human connection, isn't it? I don't know. It's interesting. It links into what Riley was saying, funny enough, about the whole thing about people talking and opening up and all this. It's something about human connection. Do you spend a lot of time on your phone?
Quite a bit, yeah.
Well, you're not bloody any different than everyone else. We all do, don't we? Adults and everyone included. There's absolutely no doubt the spike in mental health is risen. You could see it from suddenly screen time, mobile phones. And it's looking at different things that get you out connecting with people. I mean, there's no way that we were designed and built to be looking at little flipping blue screens until 12 o'clock at night. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not doing bugger all, sat at home in boxes.
Yeah.
And then maybe the only time we don't look at that, we take that down and we're looking at a bigger one.
Yeah. I reckon the couple of things about phones and social media and mental health, I reckon most people just compare themselves to other people. If they see one person doing really well and you're not at that level yet, they kind of just compare themselves. But I didn't really compare myself to anyone. I just does my own thing and just moves at my own pace and what I'm comfortable with.
That's good, mate. That's a positive way to look at things. But I mean, you're right. A lot of people will be, they look at their role models, whoever they are, but the role models are on there. They're not down at the local boxing club, or they're not, wherever at the whatever local thing that they're doing. They're literally thinking that they're going to be famous, or they're going to be this and they're going to be that.
Yeah.
And I guess, don't know, does joy and happiness come from that?
Yeah, but there's good and like positive and negative from phones.
Well, the thing that you mentioned a minute ago, you didn't say I was looking at my phone and I suddenly started feeling better about myself, did you? No, that was what stopped. It was getting with Your girlfriend? Am I right in saying that you're not with her anymore?
No.
No. Okay. But if I can put you on the spot, and I know this is maybe making you feel a bit vulnerable by asking this, you can tell me to go away if you want. Be honest, what do you think it was then that you got to be a girlfriend? What was it that suddenly made you start feeling better about yourself with mental health?
Because I talked about it, I got off my chest. Because like I said earlier, I'll just be a private person, I'll keep it all to myself. When I went out with the girl I was with at the time, I got it all off my chest. And for someone listening and replying back, even if they didn't reply back, just telling them and they're listening just meant a lot for me.
Yeah, no. And it's fairly obvious then that even coming from a solid family and having people around you, like sometimes it's not easy to talk about these things to other people that are close to you. I'm not saying you don't talk to your family about it, but you've definitely just like the fact of meeting the girlfriend you're talking about was different.
Yeah.
I reckon there might be some connection with this to what we were just chatting about with Riley a minute ago. Like, I'm not saying that you're suddenly going to want to get involved in the thing that he was talking about, but it's literally something about providing opportunities, isn't it? For young people to feel like they can build connections with I reckon there's something that other people of a similar age.
Yeah.
Like, because you could argue, you could have spoke to your friends about it. Yeah. But why didn't you?
Because a lot of people knows me, I got a bit of a reputation, and they're like, not essentially look up to me, but I just wouldn't want to tell them to make them think that I'm not vulnerable, but not 100%. Like just 100% in general. So I'd just rather keep it to myself.
Fair enough. I completely get what you're saying. I mean, you're saying it now.
Yeah.
And no, but fair play, because I don't give a what anyone says.
Yeah.
We all know that most people are going to have challenges with their mood and their mental health.
Yeah.
Right, over life, and people talking about it is part of the thing.
Yeah.
It doesn't bloody make you less of a person or whatever. It just means you're honest.
Yeah. I think myself more of talking about it because it gives me the courage to talk to people and talk about what you're feeling. Got to talk to people. That's what I've learned. And friends hearing that, and even if they're only hearing that through this. Yeah.
Like, I don't give a. People will sit there and they might not. I know it's like when you're having any blooming mates or whatever, especially like lads and whatever.
Yeah.
Piss taking, all the rest of it. I get it. But when everyone sits in their flipping room at night, and they're honest with themselves, and they think about, Angus, fair play for him being honest about this, or anyone else like them, maybe talking about things. I think we can safe to say that actually us being honest about it and saying that I'm there for you, mate, if you want to talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, and vice versa. That's huge.
Yeah, 100%. I've had people call me up about it, text me about it, my mates. And because I've been through it, I understand how they feel.
Because they know now that you,
Because so I used to go through a bit myself, and like my mates or some of my family are a bit down, and he texts me. I can spend hours with them talking about them, or meet them in person and talk about them. I give them my advice, tell them what I've done to overcome it. And obviously, people's there for you, but your mental health is just you and your thoughts. Like, is hard, but. Like I said, you just got to talk to people.
Can you, I don't know if there's anything more you want to say about it, but is there, to anyone that is listening, is there other things that you did do that you felt like helped, just because it might be something that someone might be listening and thinks, oh, okay, well, I'd try that?
Well, obviously, like I said, going out with that girl, talking about it, that is the main thing, to be honest, just talking about it, getting off your chest. Because it gets to a point like the littlest things could set you off when you're feeling like that. But just like relieving yourself, talking to people about it, it helps a lot.
I guess it's knowing, isn't it? Like, just like an analogy of bloody whatever, like if dark clouds come over, knowing that those clouds won't always stay there. Do you know what I mean? Like, sunshine will come through, and how you do it, I'm no flipping doctor, but it's somehow kind of being curious about it and be able to step back. I'm talking like inside your own head.
Yeah.
Be able to take a step back and think, those thoughts and feelings again. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, it's making me tense here today. Why is it making me tense here?
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like trying to take a step back from it and know that it won't stay. But you're right, it's that human connection bit is huge.
Yeah.
And if one person listens to this and thinks about it in that sense, and just the power of opening up to someone and sharing and listening and opening up to their friends as well, then it's worth you coming on for that, mate.
That's the thing. If I ever got famous for anything, that's the main thing that I'd like carry with me, like mental health, and that's 100% truthful. Because loads of people go through it, everyone, all ages. And you just got to talk to people, because most people don't. Because
of how they feel the stigma that'll be attached. But I just think that stigma, even like, you're talking to boxing analogy, Tyson Fury, obvious. Like
boxing helps with that.
Do you know what I mean? Well, that amount of, they say, don't they, there's loads of different things like with mental health. Human connection, nature. So you go running up the bloody Chew Valley or whatever, you're surrounded with it. Do you know what I mean? It does impact on your well-being. Other things like bloody music, certain like musics, what you put in your body as well, like food. Like at the end of the day, like the fuel you put in your body has a huge impact, doesn't it? Just out of interest, when you were training, were you eating like well as well, or
I was eating well, but I wasn't eating just all like salady stuff. I was having the odd like cheat meal here and there, but most of the time I was eating healthy
as well with the training.
Yeah.
That must have impacted. If you've been doing that for I don't know how long, and then you suddenly stop. That's got to have
It did. It wasn't a gradual decrease. It was just 1 minute I was up here and the next minute it was nothing. Yeah.
Well, look, I hope you get back on the training just for yourself,
100%.
not for anything else. And I'd be interested to see how you get on, because I got a funny feeling you're gonna have a few fights and something might happen.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna get back to the gym.
And I'll put it out there. I think you'd be great. If at any point we've got some money now, right, to literally like pay for young leaders to basically to run this club with a youth worker, in Riverwood for a couple of hours a week. And if it is something of interest, I'll let you get back to me. If not, no worries at all. But thanks for coming on.
That's right. Cheers for having me, mate.
No worries, mate.